I got asked a question in the comments of one of my previous videos on the Neutron to do a tuning tutorial. I can do that, but I think maybe the question is not how to tune it, but why to tune it. Maybe, or maybe the question is where to tune it, or maybe the question is who should tune it. You should tune it in your studio, I guess, is the answer to those two questions. But the why is maybe interesting, and we can dig into that. Yeah, so how do you tune the Neutron? I thought that was quite a simple question, but maybe, oh well, there's a short answer. The short answer is it's those two knobs there, right? That's the short answer. But maybe there's a more complicated question here. Maybe the question is, why would I tune my Neutron? So yeah. So maybe we'll just spend 5 minutes talking about that. But you know, that's the answer to the question. It's those two. It's the two big dials on the Neutron. That's how you tune it. But yeah, let's think about why we would tune it. Before thinking about the Neutron, let's just think more generally. So let's imagine we're thinking about a guitar, and you could say, why would I tune a guitar? So I can take this guitar and take the A string and just tune it to anything. That sounds good. Fine, great. So, and I can play a tune. Happy days, happy days. But obviously with the guitar, I've got another 5 strings to worry about. So probably however I've tuned that might not necessarily be in tune with the rest of the strings. That's not too bad. And obviously the guitar has a known sort of structure of how the strings should be tuned relative to each other. Like, you know, E, A, D, G, B, E, right? Or any alternative tuning you could want for a guitar. There's lots. I like DADGAD. And there's a few videos of me doing DADGAD on this channel. So while I don't necessarily that string doesn't have to be in A, I do at least need to know what the pitch is relative to that D string. Right, so therefore I'll go, well, if I know that's an A, so let's just tune it up to an A. So now I know that there's a 4th difference between that note and that note. Happy days. So now, because I know that sort of the difference between those two notes, we can do music. The D string's not in tune, is it? I've not played this guitar for a while. But so that's why I might want to tune like the guitar. So number one, the strings are tuned up relative to each other. Okay. Obviously, reason number 2, if I want to jam with somebody else or jam to a backing track, then obviously I need to know that this is in tune with the backing track, my fellow musicians, the keyboard player, the bass player. So we just decide, well, you know, we're going to tune to A equals 440, standard normal tuning. Yeah, this is way out. So that's why I would tune electric guitar. So if we think similar deal with the Neutron, now the Neutron's obviously got 2 sort of voices, oscillator 1, oscillator 2. So at the very least, you might say you might want to tune the oscillators in tune with each other. Right, so that's the first reason to tune up the Neutron. And the second reason is you might want to have that Neutron in tune with kind of the rest of the world, so you can, put down a synth track that you'll know will be in tune when you add other instruments. Simple as that. Okay, so if we're in Neutron world, obviously similar deal. We can let's just hear oscillator 1 of the Neutron, and we can tune that any way we like. So we could just leave it anywhere we like and play something. But obviously we might want to tune it so with the second oscillator, so at least the two oscillators are in tune with each other. So oscillator 2, again, similar deal, just set it anywhere. Fine, play it, sounds okay. Obviously, if we're having both oscillators playing and we're not tuned to each other, could sound a bit crazy. Sounds interesting, sounds good, but maybe not quite the thing we're going for. So we might at least want to tune the Neutron's oscillators sort of relative to each other, so at least that instrument's in tune. You do that with, just do it by ear. Doesn't sound too bad. However, so at least it's in tune with itself. However, it's not necessarily in tune with the rest of the world. So to do that, what I've got, we can just tune it. You can just tune it by ear. So I've got a patch on the Z1. So let's just hear the Z1. Let's hear oscillator 1 of the Neutron, oscillator mix all the way into oscillator 1. And then we can just use a big tuning button, knob, dial, and just tune it by ear. The key is go to 12 o'clock and just fiddle with it. Sounds pretty good. Oscillator 2, turn the mix control all the way to the second oscillator. Jazzy. I've got the range of the oscillator 2 down an octave. Oh, and we can fix that. We can go to the same range. Sounds pretty good. We can put in that lower octave now. Let's remove the Z1. So that's oscillator 2. Let's mix in oscillator 1. Let's mix the Z1 back in. So now we've sort of not only tuned the Neutron or its oscillators to themselves, but we've also tuned it to the rest of the world. Easy peasy. So if you don't want to do that tuning with our ears, we could use a tuning app on our phone, or I'll show you how to do it in Reaper using the Reatune plugin. Alrighty, this is just a fresh Reaper project. Let's do a new track. new effects, Re-T, gives me reattune, which is a tuning plugin. Let's keep that open. We can have a mono input from my mixer. Let's arm it. Oh, I need that so we can hear it. And we just have to sort of arm the do the record monitoring. And there we go. A3, pretty good. Oscillator 1, bit sharp maybe. We could just touch that down a bit. Oscillator 2, bit flat maybe. Just touch that up a bit. Back to the middle position. Now it wouldn't be a sort of modular-y, neutron-y video without doing a little bit of patching. So since we're talking about tuning, what I've got going on here is just a patch cable coming LFO out, going to oscillator 1. I've set my LFO to the wave, and then we've got totally in Doctor Who territory here. But so then we're taking advantage of the fact that the oscillator, we can change the tuning, but obviously, we can change that tuning using the LFO. Hours of fun. All right, let's call it a day for this video. I hope that answered the question of how to tune the Neutron. But I thought it was just interesting just to sort of develop that a little bit. Any more questions, put them in the comments. I'm not an expert on the Neutron, I'm still learning it. But if you ask me a really juicy question, that's a good reason for me to sort of really dive into it. If you're new here, you are very welcome. We play with synths and stuff. All right, take care everyone. Cheers.